Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about something that every aspiring or current data analyst needs to know or rarely hear about. We're talking about selling. I'm not saying you need to become a salesperson, but if you want to be a truly effective data analyst, you've got to master the act of selling your insights, both to stakeholders and decision makers. This is one skill that is guaranteed to move you from good to great as an analyst. If this is something you might be interested in, then stick around, because today I'm going to show you how to sell your insights. So you're probably thinking, I'm a data analyst, my job is to crunch numbers, not to sell anything. And you're right, kind of. Now the core is about analyzing data, finding insights, and presenting those insights to your company or clients. But here's the thing, data is only as valuable as the decision it influences. So if you can't convince people to act on your finding, then your analysis loses its power. So what's the missing link? Selling. When you present your data, you're not just reporting, you're making a case. You're persuading people to take action. And to do that effectively, you've got to know how to sell your insights. Selling as a data analyst isn't about pushing products or services. It's about communicating the value of your insights. Let's break it down. Imagine you've spent hours analyzing a data set and you've uncovered a trend that could save your company millions. But during the presentation, you just throw up a bunch of charts and graphs and give a little explanation. Your audience, they get overwhelmed and they just log out. The result? The insight, no matter how valuable, gets ignored. Now imagine you take the time to craft a story around that data. You highlight the problem, then show how the data supports your argument, and emphasize the implementation of that decision and the impact taking the right decision will take. Suddenly the audience gets it and they are ready to act on your insight. Now that's selling. You're selling the value of the data and you're convincing stakeholders to make informed decisions. Let's get into the practical part. Now, here are 3 key strategies every data analyst needs to master to sell their insights effectively. Tip 1, know your audience. The first step to selling your data is to understand your audience. An executive is going to care about different things compared to a product manager or a marketing director. It is important to tailor your insights to address the specific pain points and goals of each audience. For example, if you are talking to a CEO, focus on the financial impacts. If you're speaking to a marketing team, you should highlight how the data can help them optimize their campaigns. By framing your insights in a way that resonates with the audience, you are already halfway to making the sale. Tip number 2, tell a story. Tell a story with your data. One of the most effective ways to sell your insight is by crafting a compelling narrative. You can't just dump data on people and expect them to be convinced. Structure your presentation in a way that leads the audience through the journey. Start with a clear problem, something your audience cares about. Then walk them through the data that explains the situation, and then finally show them the solution and the insight that it provides. The goal here is to help people see the story behind the numbers. Once you can do that, your data will speak for itself and the decision makers will be more likely to act. Tip 3, focus on impact and action. Impact and action. It's essential to focus on the impact of the insights your data is making, how it saves the business time, money, and optimizes their processes. Always end your presentation with a clear call to action. Make it easy for your audience to understand what they should do next. It's adjusting a strategy, reallocating resources, or launching a new initiative. Make sure that your recommendations are actionable and directly tied to the data. Now let's look at a very quick real-world example. Now suppose you are a data analyst working for an e-commerce company, and you've discovered that customers who use the mobile app, they spend about 30% more than those who use the website. Now, this is a very, very powerful insight, right? Now, if you just send the report with the stats, it might get lost in the shuffle. But what if you craft a story around it? You could frame the insight like this. You could say, our customers are increasingly turning to mobile for shopping. If we invest more in an app development and user experience, we would see a 30% increase in revenue over the next year. Now, you're not just presenting data, you're selling a vision that is backed by numbers, and stakeholders will gladly jump on this. So whether you're just starting out or already working as a data analyst, remember that knowing how to sell is an essential part of your toolkit. It's not just about being good with numbers, it's about communicating the value of those numbers in a way that derives action. So in summary, understand your audience, tell a compelling story, and focus on impact. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more tips on becoming an awesome data analyst. And please, let me know in the comment section what's been your biggest challenge in communicating your insights effectively. I'd really love to hear from you. So until next time, keep learning,